Hello, guys.
Hello.
I think I basically would treat today as office hour today. We're actually really far behind the schedule. Um, like he's going pretty slow. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't really have much to cover. He basically, I think on Thursday, he basically covers some commands on VAPS 2.0, which is I think, but if you understand, basically it's nothing. There is new material from me, and there is no new homework. I don't know what is a really good thing to cover. So today will be basically office hour. If you guys have questions, that would be great. Hello, guys. I think we're really behind schedule. There isn't really much new that I can cover. I'll just treat today as office hour. If you guys have questions, I'll be happy to answer it.
I'm sorry, are we behind or about ahead of schedule?
Behind.
Oh, okay.
Because I think he used like 2 classes to cover like material for usually like he can cover in 1 class. I think it's like online class thing, so there isn't really much I can cover. I can sort of discuss. I think basically past week he just go through VASP 2.0 and then basically shows like some of the opcode and then what they does. That is it. There isn't much new. And then the homework hasn't been out yet, so I don't know if there's anything good I can cover. If there's any questions from you, I'll be happy to answer it.
Oh, thank you. I'll just stay here and see what questions they have.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's like there isn't much new material being introduced, to be honest. I feel like there's just like the commands in VASP 2.0, which can replace the auxiliary move. That's basically something that you want to consider to use later on as well. That's it, to be honest. Like increment, decrement, and stuff like that is just very trivial and then easy. You can get a hang of it just reading his notes You don't even have to attend the class, but that's not good for you.
Yeah.
And also like go through some of the code that he go through in class that might be used. You might be needed to write VEST 2.0 code in your midterm. So just keep that in mind. And then that's it. To be honest, we're like really behind the schedule. I don't know what to really cover in the discussion, and then there is a new homework. If there's homework, I can maybe talk about the homework a little bit, but there isn't much. And then he's going a very slow pace comparing to like previous semesters. I don't know if there's a specific reason for that.
Yeah. Probably technical issues and switching to the
Yeah.
online environment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah.
If there are no any questions, just to make sure, I don't know how to like run VEST 2.0 or like VEST 1.1 on my machine, like on my laptop. If you have any free time at the end and you can show me how, like show us how, I would appreciate it. If you have any free time. If you don't, it's not a problem.
You mean installing the VEST 2.0?
Yeah, I think I can install it from Elms. That's not a hard thing. But I was wondering if you show us how to run it, like on the software and stuff. Because I think you said in the beginning we can run anything that has the C or C++.
Okay, cool. I don't know like exactly how you guys want to do it, so I can show you how I did it. 1 second.
Yeah. I'm just like saying if you have any questions
Yeah.
lined up.
Cool. Yeah. If there's nothing else, I'll be happy to show that. Okay, my program got stuck.
You could also like maybe demonstrate it with something lightweight like code blocks, so it's much faster instead of downloading like bulky Visual Studio.
Yeah, you can do basically anything. It's not limited, as I mentioned. Okay, let's see. Do something like this.
Yeah, it's just like I think the IDEs are like more intuitive and stuff like that.
Okay, let me just share screen. Okay, just go from scratch. So basically, I use a local Linux sort of terminal in the Windows machine, as I discussed before in the previous sessions. You can, once you compile it, I think I talked about compiling in previous sessions. Once you compile the file into a exe, you can open up the exe file like this. Okay, and then you will say welcome to VEST 2.0. Okay, then first thing like you can do is like you can displace registers, which is like if we all recall, it's from hex number 0000, right? To basically usually it's basically to you said you have 32 registers. You have 32 bits machine, and you have 32 registers. And then you can say it's going to be till through hex number 0020, right? So you can display it using 1. Okay, I type 1 here. Okay, you can see, okay, A is 0, B is 0, Z is like Z flag, S is S flag, T is a carry bit, right? F, MARPC, whatever, anything you can define, okay? And then I would say a good example for you guys is to, since we really have nothing to do, is to sort of type in some of the for loops that he written in class and try to run it here. You can physically run it, and then you can step through it to see if it's correct or not. Like this is how I actually grade your assignments. I'm gonna actually run your code. It's like yourself. How did you run your code? I'm gonna be doing the same thing. Okay. So I'm gonna say enter a program, and then I would say the starting address of the program usually is 020 because it saves you the most of the addresses. And then you can start it from here. And then like usually, let's say in class, what he was doing is to he will type in himself, or you have to read it from a file. So let's say I'll read it from file, and then the file name, you have to include the extension. Let's say I want to read this file. The extension will be .vesp. I think there's something wrong. So it's like .vesp. You can save it anything. It can be a txt. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so I can say, let me just read this one. This is something I read maybe. So I say I'll do midterm problem to dot. You have to include the extension as well. .vesp. Okay, and then you will load it. And then when you're writing the program, this is where it started. So if you imagine in the Excel file, here the address will be 020, hex number 0020. So this is where defined, okay, where do you want to start the program? Okay, and then it will affects the let's say the auxiliary move if there is any, or anything else. Okay, and then you want to continue, or when you are typing things in, you can save that as a file. So if you want to save that as a file, you can type in 1. Otherwise, you just type 0. So to continue, so you will load the program here. You will see it does something. All right, and then let's say I just want to. If you want to step it, you want to see what's going on with A and B. You can step it. So we'll go through one commands at a time. Or if you just want to execute, you just put in 0. Okay, long trace, brief trace, it doesn't matter. And then you will run through. It takes some time to run, I think. All right. And then it will tell you, okay, the instructions executed, the number of clock cycles. So basically you can run, let's say, some of the commands, let's say increment, and just see number of clock cycle you would need to complete that. So you know the actual clock cycle you would need. Okay. I think that's it. And then you can display the memory. I don't know what is a good thing to display here. Let's see. So for each of the line, it will display the memory. So it will let you see what the memory is, because like I think later on you will need to modify the memory. As of in this example, you're like swapping the numbers in the memory. Just letting you know, it's just an example. You can write us some easy code and try to execute it like the way I described, and then yeah, that would be a good exercise.
Right, just to clarify, like, so that I got what you said.
Mhm.
So VESP is already done. All we have to plug in is the programs that we did with the professor. The first one was to find the sum, the sort, or like search for an I. And this 2.0, the only difference is that it has 8 more instructions than the original one. And if we save it in a file, it has all the instructions, not the instructions, but all the commands or like the code in it. It just moves all the way there.
So when you're writing or saving this, like this is actually the code.
Yeah.
Everything here is yeah. So okay, if you really want to do, you can do it like a little example yourself. It's replacing that auxiliary move with a new command in VASP 2.0 to simplify the code. And then let's say at the very end, when you're done with the code, see what's in the sum register, right? I think the sum was the third one or fourth one in the register, 003 or 0. Yeah, okay, 003 then. See if what's the sum there, if it's correct or not. If it's correct, great, right? If it's not, there's something wrong in your code, but you should be able to go through it. That's not a very hard one, and then it should be a good practice. Yep. And then this is the code. And then like the way I suggested is use the Excel file to write it first, and then the copy the commands written in here, which is like easier, a little bit easier.
Thank you so much.
Yep. No problem.